I don't know what teacher needs to hear this, but being lazy and not working a ton of hours are not the same thing. Hi, my name's Lynn. I coach for new and first year teachers, and welcome to the 30-day Teaching Made Easy challenge, where over the course of 30 days, I'm going to show you how to work smarter, not harder. I still remember the day I was parked in front of my house, 15 minutes past contract time. I had next week planned and prepped, ready to go. I had graded all the assignments for the week and inputted them, and I even did the weekly newsletter for the following week and had it printed out ready to go. And I remember just bursting into tears because I was so relieved, because I was definitely not the teacher that was doing this my first year. I was that teacher who was going in hours early and staying hours late to try to keep ahead or to keep on top of things. And that's when the guilt hit me. I realized that who am I? Who am I to make teaching easy? Are other teachers gonna judge me? Does this mean I'm taking the easy way out? All of these things were thoughts I had swimming through my head, or that I wasn't worthy enough, or I should work harder, or I should spend this new time on my classroom, or what will my students think? Will my students suffer? These are all thoughts that I had when I got to the point where I was starting to leave at contract time because my systems were working. And here are 3 questions I asked myself to get out of this headspace. Number 1, is it ultimately true that working less makes you care less? Is it ultimately true, written in the stars, that just because you work less means you care less? No. I know some amazing teachers that clearly care about their students that are leaving at contract time. I also know teachers that are in my building working tons of hours and they care about their students. That's not measured by how many hours you work. It's measured in how you show up for your kids. So no, that's not true. Second thing, is it written in the stars that you're a bad teacher for working less? Does the world label you as a bad teacher for working less? No, that's not true. You're not considered a bad teacher by working less. You get to decide what a good teacher is, and if your definition is measured by how many hours you work, then fine, maybe consider that. But my personal preference is, and my opinion is, a good teacher is somebody who shows up for their students and makes an impact and does their best. That doesn't mean that is measured by whether or not they stayed an hour or two late after school. The third thing, if no one could judge you, what is your definition of a good teacher? We talked about this in part 1 of this challenge, but in order to really be successful in teaching, you have to let go of what society is telling you a good teacher does and come up with your own definition of what a good teacher is. What does a good teacher mean to you? Write that down and put it next to your desk, on your phone, where you can see it. And anytime someone tries to blame you or you feel guilty for what a good teacher is, or whether or not you're being a good teacher and downing yourself, look at your definition of a good teacher and see, is it true? Am I really not a good teacher, or do I just feel guilty because this is what society would have me think a good teacher is? So take some time to do that. If you found this tip helpful, make sure to comment prep and I will send you my free prep guide. It's got my top 10 strategies to work smarter, not harder, get more done in less time over your prep. Also, make sure to follow for part 3, because tomorrow we're going to be talking about how to stop feeling guilty for leaving on time.